Hey everyone, welcome back. Please go over here to indicators, metrics, and strategies, and I want you guys to type in Supertrend. Make sure it's all one word. There's a couple options here. I don't want you guys to go to the vanilla version, if you will, under technicals. I want you guys to go to community and find this one that's under Keyvon's name, okay? This is the best one out there and it's 100% free. Give it a gold star because you guys will be using this a lot. Then click on it one time. After that, you're gonna see a bunch of sell and buy signals on here and it's really loud and noisy. I don't want you guys to have this. So next up, what I'm gonna be doing for you guys is giving you guys the best settings depending on what type of trader you are. We're going to have long-term settings, swing trader settings, then day trader settings, okay? So let's start off with the easy ones for those of you guys that like to do long-term investing. Long-term investing means you guys are usually using the daily chart, all right? The daily chart. Swing traders are usually going to be using the 4-hour chart, and the day traders are basically going to be using charts between 15 minutes to 1 hour, okay? So first of all, for those of you guys that want to trade on the daily chart like I have right here for Bitcoin, you're going to change the ATR period to 22. You're going to change the ATR multiplier to 4.6. Next step, you're going to hit OK, and you're going to see how a lot of those signals get fixed up, all right? And you can see most of the time works out. This one didn't work out. That one worked out. This one didn't work out. Worked out, okay? Now, I'm going to show you guys a way to not fall for those signals where it tells you to buy up here, and then it doesn't end up working out. I'm going to teach you guys that at the end of the video. So this is your basic settings for long-term investors that use the daily chart, okay? After that, we're going to be going over to swing traders, 4-hour charts. You're going to have the ATR period set to 14, and you're going to have the ATR multiplier set to 3.3. This is for those using the 4-hour chart. And again, the smaller the time frames you go, the more choppy it's going to be anyway, but there's an easy way to fix all of these signals to make sure you guys are only buying the right ones, which is actually pretty easy, but people don't use it because it kind of messes with their brains a little bit. But I'm going to automate it all for you guys. Next up, we're going to be going over the settings for the day traders, so 15 minutes to 1-hour charts. ATR period, go to 10, and for the ATR multiplier, go to 2.1. Everything else can be exactly the same. You can go to 15-minute chart, 30-minute chart, hourly chart. Again, you can see many more signals happening because Bitcoin by itself is just a very volatile asset. So next up, what I want you guys to do, depending on whatever one you guys are using, I'm going to go back over to the long-term one with the ATR of 22 and the ATR multiplier 4.6 because this is my favorite way to trade because I'm a swing trader and a long-term investor. These are my favorite methods. Next, what I want you guys to do is go over back to indicators, metrics, and strategies and just type in MACD and add one MACD onto your screen. Afterwards, go over here to settings, go to style, just make the lines a little bit thicker so you can see them a little bit easier, especially when we have the histogram pop up in a second. And then you don't have to change anything with this on the top level. What you do have to change though is go to time frame and make it the weekly chart, all right? So you're gonna have a whole different type of histogram here, but the chart is daily, the MACD is set for weekly. So the goal here is when you see a buy signal near a green signal right here on the MACD, you're going to be buying and you're going to be making good money as you swing that up. Especially if you guys like to use leverage, you can really play this hard. Buy right here, a level of resistance. You saw the level of resistance. You're in for just a couple weeks, but you've already made a good amount of money right there. And of course, if you want to, you can hold for a longer period of time. But typically, I just like to sell those large levels of resistance, take my money, and find another reason to be buying back in. Okay. Other one over here, a green MACD, a buy signal worked out beautifully. A green buy signal with a red MACD, do not buy, did not work out well, but you can short that and make some money if you guys want to. Again, green MACD over here, a slight right before that green MACD, but still in the close enough where you can play that mood up here and you can see it worked out well. Again, you can see resistance, so you guys can be buying right here and selling right here if you want to, or holding on a little bit longer if you guys are expecting something of a larger breakout. It's really up to you. I typically will scale out a good chunk if we're hitting that resistance, then let the rest of it ride depending on what type of circumstance I'm looking at. Again, red over here, green, and you see this big level of resistance. Don't buy into resistance. Don't buy at resistance. It's okay to wait for it to break out. This one you were lucky enough to buy well below resistance or on the halfway point, and it went up to resistance, then broke out within the 1 day. That makes it a lot easier, but do not buy at resistance level. It's not going to work out the way you want it to work out. Green along the MACD, buy worked out there, buy worked out there, okay? And this is for those of you guys using the daily charts. If you guys wanted to go over and use the 4-hour charts, then the MACD would actually be set to the daily setting here. Okay, and that'd make it a lot easier. Now, I do not have the ATR and ATR multiplier set for that, but just even using the basic settings, you can see it's been working out so far here, so far. Nice little moves if you just wanted to keep these settings where they are, right? Over here, bearish, you can see it, well, you can see right here because we're at a big level of resistance over here. So it really just depends on how you want to trade. And again, these are not fine-tuned for the 4-hour chart just yet. Let me do that for you guys right now. 14 and 3.3. Again, a lot more settings, but this is because you're not going to be holding for nearly as long. Not nearly as long. Let me go back over here. Again, you can buy this one if you want to. At this point, the MACD is not going to be working out in your favor over here. Red, so don't buy that one. Red over here. You can try to buy it right here when it turns green if you want to. That did go a little bit higher, but it started in the red, so you might not even want to play that one right here. Over here, green, buy. See how that's a lot more of a substantial move and you're a lot happier with it. This one was a more substantial kind of move, but you can see it started in the red. It wasn't that big of a move, right? This one, it was a move, but it just wasn't that big. So this kind of makes you feel like, okay, when I trade, I can get the big moves. Green, boom, right? This one actually didn't work out the way I would hope it to, but it actually had a really nice move right there. And I think that's just because of some of the volatility here, but that would have been one that you might have missed if you following my strategy here. This one, buy. Again, you don't buy at resistance levels. It's just not something you do. So that kind of stops you right there. This one, again, a little bit of resistance right there, but it could have worked out. But again, you go through these, you see what you like. You see a lot of that red MACD and stuff like that. And the lower the time frame you get, the harder it is to make this work. So you have to start zooming out, looking at other technicals, looking at other oscillators and stuff like that to see how it's working. But the easiest way that I found is just to stick to the daily chart and use that 22 and that 4.6. Those are going to be your best friends, especially if you guys go back over to the MACD and make it over into a weekly chart. By far, this is going to be the best way to do it. You can add on Smart Money Concepts by Lux Algo. You guys can add on wave trends. You guys can add on a bunch of other stuff. But at the core, these are really nice buy and sell signals, and it filters out the ones that you're not really supposed to be buying into because of that bearish MACD. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to give me a like and a subscribe. I appreciate you guys a whole bunch. And please let me know if you guys want a specific type of indicator talked about, or hey, want a tutorial, or you want settings that make it better. It could be MACD settings, stochastic settings, RSI settings, Supertrend settings, whatever you guys want to. I can make a video talking about that indicator plus the best settings for you guys to make the most money possible. A lot of people are just used to using the default settings, and while they can work okay for new traders, they're going to give you guys a lot of false signals. And if you don't really have the whole knowledge of how the market works, you're going to be falling for trap after trap, because the big money always lays traps for small investors, because they want you guys to sell. They want those cheaper prices so they can make more money. Unfortunately, that's the way it is, but I can always help you guys by giving you guys those good signals that do not let you fall into those traps, right? So again, thank you for watching.